Board games, board games, it's what I'm talking about. Board games, board games, I'm not gonna shout. I am starting off this streaming with a little bit of singing, and today I'm going to show some pictures that I have drawn to go while I did go away for a while. Are we whimsical creatures, and they have all sorts of facial features. Hello and welcome to another blog. So yes, this is me blogging. I'm going to try and let's see how mute that. That's a thing that I drew. There we go. And maybe get this camera a wee bit closer. And I do apologize, but hello, I hope that you are all well. I hope that everything is generally good in your life. I hope that you're enjoying life, that you have things to look forward to. I have, as I said a wee bit ago, been drawing a whole bunch of wee whimsical creatures over the past week. And that's the big thing. So, like, I've done, I think, now 80 of these. I've not counted every single one, but I think this is 80, if I counted correctly. And yeah, the idea is that this is a game wherein you try to work out what sorts of noises these creatures might make. So all of them focus on the mouths. All of them have to have mouths. But then whether they have hands or feet or eyes is entirely, down to the individual creature. I feel good that I've managed to draw so many. Like, some of them definitely I'm happy with. I feel like, they're not, they're okay. They're not like the best things ever, but I'm happy enough with them. And yeah, I hope that people like them enough to say, yeah, you know what, this is worth a fiver, having prints of all of these things. And this is probably one of my favorites, the birdie thing with the little bee stinger and the three beaks and the kind of boils. That's one that I would definitely do again. Yeah, let me know if there's any that you particularly like. What else have I been up to? New games played. I don't think I've even played any games on Board Game Arena since last week. I've been so focused on getting all this done. I've been waking up each morning, drawing a good few, drawing somewhere between, like, on Sunday I just did 6 and that was the end of it. And then most days I've been drawing about 10 or 15 or, yeah, really building up. And I had a little bit of a generation system where I would flip over cards that would tell me how many eyes and how many mouths and how many legs and some of the features, and just keeping them all quite varied. But of course, when you're drawing them, it's not just about, it's also about the placements, like having exactly how things go. Yeah. So what else has been going on? Pretty much just this. I was away on a weekend and had a bit of time to myself, which was lovely, being out in the country, enjoying things. It was just fantastic. Like, in the past, since I want to say March 2020, the only places that I've slept are here and in my parents' house in Glasgow. So actually being out in a brand new place in the middle of, and hello, Kelly Lee and Ben, it is lovely to see you. I'm just showing off these wee whimsical creatures while I chat about stuff. I'm very well. And how are you? I hope that you are well. These are a bunch of things that I have drawn. And yeah, I think I am. If it's always easy to reflect on the bits that you haven't done. So like right now I'm thinking, well, I haven't done the title page, I haven't done the instructions for this. I haven't started on any of the lettering for categorical, which is really annoying for me. But I've actually managed to do 80 of these. And thank you very much, Game Cupboard. That is such a lovely thing to say. And yeah, in case anybody's watching this and they're like, what is the game? Is this even a game? Yes, the game is that you make a noise. And so for this one, I might be like, whoa! And then you've got to make a noise. Not you. You're not real. You can like move because it's unavoidable that you move. But there's going to be 5 monsters visible. You make a noise. And the 5 monsters has one card saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 above them. There's a little card that says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is where the other 10 cards are. And then there'll be 1 card for the front cover, 1 card for the back cover, and 2 cards to tell you the instructions. Anyway, so get a card, get a mystery creature, make a noise. If the majority of people guess which creature it is, you get a point. And everyone who guesses correctly gets a point, and anyone who guesses with the majority gets a point. Because if you guess with the majority, that means that you guessed well, and the person making the noise is. And thank you very much. That is lovely again, and thank you for being supportive. And I'm glad to hear that you're generally well. I guess you're working at the moment. I had a day off. I try to keep Mondays as a day off. So like on Monday, I want to say, yes, Monday was technically when I finished doing all of these. I think I did like 6, something like that. And I was like, boom, I've done it. And then I did a bit of social media stuff. And then I went off and I had a lovely lunch. The only games, what games have other people been playing in the past week? I only played, I want to say 3, I think, I want 2 games that I can think of, but I'm sure I'm missing something. I played a game of Go against someone who, it was basically like a teaching game. We played on a 9x9 board, and there was a big score gap at the end. Played a bit of that Wavelength, lovely game. Sometimes people we teamed up so that there would be 2 people thinking of a clue each time, and we were playing fully cooperatively. But even so, sometimes it can be a bit of a struggle for some people to sort of think of their clues. So that slowed it down a bit, but we were just there to socialize, so it was all good. And I'm sure I played one other thing. Oh my gosh, what else have I played in the past week? Let me bring up my calendar. I did no. Okay. Oh yeah, for sure. I did play some stuff on stream. I played almost like a pineapple. That was lovely. I thought it was going to be rubbish, but then Scott turned up and Panda was there and so many lovely people from but yeah, that is basically what I've not been playing many games. And after I've showed these, I'll do a quick unboxing. But what am I looking forward to doing the next week? Okay, so one thing that I want to say is like the whole UK Games Expo thing. Obviously, these are going to be printed for UK Games Expo. There's a print on demand service done by Rob Butler. I'm going to get it on there and hope you're having a good lunch, Games Cupboard. But I hope, yeah. And so I'm going to get this over to Rob Butler, hopefully also with categorical. And I'm still wanting to go to UK Games Expo. I know there's been a bit of a furore, like Games Expo isn't doing enough. And now there's some people saying, oh, now we need to wear masks. Now I don't want to go and not have fun. And like, I can definitely see both sides of the argument. And Jason, who's there with me, actually has major struggles with wearing a mask. They can only wear it for so long before it's a major issue for them. And so on my stand, you will see me, I'll try to be wearing a mask all the time, and Jason trying to wear a mask during the busy periods. And yeah, I'm still worried that there's going to be people. Yeah, I saw UK Games Expo now saying everyone has to wear the mask, and now there's people saying, oh, I don't want to go because I don't want to wear a mask. And there's no winning. It's just a really bad time for conventions, and it's making me a bit anxious about it, I'm not going to lie. But still, I am looking forward to it. I think this is going to be the first time I've been, playing games with more than one group in a single day since March. It's and Games Cupboard says proof of a negative test will be required again on the first day. But there's no way to get absolute proof, is there? And if you really want to just fake it, of course you can. You can just get someone else's test, and that's the end of the ones in that pad. And let me close that and show you the second pad that I did. These ones are all landscape orientation. So, but yeah, I totally agree. There's just no winning for them. And hello, J Fool's Guard. We're just talking about UK Games Expo. Okay. The other thing that I want to talk about is I actually had one question. Where is let me actually delete this folder. And where's my okay, so let's see. Wee Whimsical Weird. Okay, I've decided actually I'm going to look through my banners to do this, and yeah, we decided that Wee Whimsical Creatures is actually the best name. So this is going to be Wee Whimsical Creatures and their strange animal noises. So yeah, I'm feeling about progress. How are we? I'm good. How are you? What do I need to do? I need to do title page and instructions for this and all the typography and art for categorical to get a thing. What are we looking forward to? What are you looking forward to? I am looking forward to hopefully getting this all finished in the next day and scanned in. Chris comes over on Wednesdays. Chris is going to scan it in and put it in together digitally for me. But I need to get the art done. But it's going to be really nice knowing, okay, this is done. It's on the way to be printed, and getting more people to play my games. That's something I'm really looking forward to. I'm also looking forward to Wednesday, where I am going to go to the pub with, I believe, 2 other people. We are going to be playing Root, which I'm looking forward to. Oh yeah, and I need to remind people about the LDEC contest. There we go. And there was a question about jungle speed and go and empathy. That is something that I said I would talk about. So, sorry, I missed which one you loved, Game Cupboard. Was it the birdie one? I'll have to, yeah, sorry, I was trying to sort out the folder. But thank you very much for all the nice comments. Game Cupboard says, we ourselves are glad that they're being a bit more cautious. I struggled wearing a mask too, but will probably wear a visor instead. Oh, yeah, I should actually give Jason a bit of a budget, because I've also been talking about, how with a transparent thing, other people can see your face, and so they can see your mouth. So if other people have a difficulty of hearing, then, that's really good. And yeah, thank you. I'm glad that you enjoyed that. So someone, I can't remember who it was, another designer made, I think the designer, anyway, someone on Twitter where I said, these are the games that shaped me as a person. Tongue sticking out. Is it this one? Tongue sticking out. Is it that one? Let's see which one's the tongue sticking out. Or is it that one? But you don't have to do that one or that one. Tonguey. I mean, how would you imagine? I imagine that one goes, and I imagine going. Although I do feel like people are going to inherently just be doing a bit of the facial expressions. Anyway, so there's oh, thank you very much. There's been a recent Twitter thread where people tag, I think it says 5 games that shaped me as a gamer and 5 tags. I'm never entirely comfortable with tagging people because if anyone tags me in anything, then suddenly I get about 40 notifications of everyone replying and I'm involved in all of them. And, you know, it's like just becomes a lot of notifications, and I don't want to do that to other people, and also I don't want it to be like you have to do it. I mean, having said that, when Dave Dawkins, tagged me and said, hey, what's our 5 games that shaped you as a person, it was really nice to have a wee ponder about that. And I think the games that I chose were Monopoly, because that's like family time. It's just like really building family time and having time together as people. I think there was Noughts and Crosses. It taught me to plan ahead because with Noughts and Crosses there are few enough possibilities. I can go, okay, oh wow. So as long as I play well, I will never lose. And getting to that stage, because it is fundamentally a solvable game, and not only is it solvable by a computer, but it's solvable by a child. And so I think that's a really strong part of it. Not as a game that I would play nowadays, unless I'm doing it for the sake of a small child, but I do believe that it is just a fantastic game for the development of a person. So we've got Monopoly, Noughts and Crosses, and what else did I say? There was another one I can't remember. But anyway, Jungle Speed and Go. And what I said about these 2 games is that they taught me empathy. And the reason for that is fundamentally with Go, the entire, and thank you very much. This is lovely. So like this one is trying to be a bit cyborgish. So I don't know if that comes across like it's a bit robotic, like a robotic snakey thing. I would imagine just going wah, wah. But thank you so much. So like with Go, the entire structure of Go is based around what's your level, what's your handicap. And then, by the way, this was inspired by one of my parents who said, hey, I like your creatures, but it would be useful if there was an eye on my hand so that I could hold it up above my head where I'm too short. But yeah, so Go, it asks you to think about not just the game. It's not about who wins or loses the game. It's about the journey together. It's about together how do we teach each other? How do we share this lovely moment? How do we have an interesting time together? And the way to do that is to start someone off with extra stones. It is just the fact that if I play against a newcomer, then I need to give them extra stones. There's no point in playing a fair match because I'm just going to decimate them and they will have no life on the board and it'll be a bit disappointing for them. And similarly, if I was playing against someone who'd played seriously for many years, they've got to give me extra stones because otherwise it's going to be boring for both of us. But it's about the fact that it's not about me versus you. Yes, with a game, we are playing to the best of our ability. Yes, within this magical circle, we are thinking winning this game matters, losing this game matters. I am going to try to win. But at the same time, we want to set things up so that the game can be meaningful and you dip in and out again as you want. You resign whenever you want. You ask people, and then most games aren't played to the very end. And I think that's something fantastic about Go. The nature of it, the nature of spending time together, the nature of going online and playing blitz games and then appreciating each other's moves, saying well done for working that out. This is the way that the game functions. The game is all about valuing other humans, about I am not going to play with you just today, but maybe I will play again with you tomorrow and maybe the other day. But even if we don't play together, we are on this path together, and that is why Go taught me empathy. Um, Now, talking about Jungle Speed. So, Jungle Speed, for those who don't know, I guess I just assumed that everyone does know Go. If you don't know Go, it's a totally abstract game. Take turns placing stones, either black or white, and if you're surrounded, you lose those stones. But Jungle Speed, it's like Snap. Take turns to flip over cards. If the pattern on your card matches the pattern on someone else's card, grab the central totem. First person to grab the totem gets rid of some of their cards. Get rid of all of your cards to win. Boom, that is the entire game. Now, Jungle Speed, it taught me about encouraging people to play a game with me. It taught me about asking people to play with me and thinking about, are they enjoying the game? This was a game that I took so many places, and at a certain point, I just started being really good. Now, I'm not the best in the world at this game, nowhere close, but I am pretty gosh darn good that anyone who says, oh yeah, I enjoy Jungle Speed, it's like, yeah, if we played for a bit of time and I clipped my nails, because currently I've got 3 long nails, because yeah, I used to have lots of really long nails, and then basically over the past week, most of them broke. So now, anyway, yeah, Jungle Speed. At a certain point, I just started playing with 2 separate hands. So one pile was for my left hand, one pile was for my right hand. So it was a little bit of a mind, you know, a mind twisting thing, and I tried as best as I could to make it fair. It's like, again, thinking about the handicaps, it's not just about who wins. It's not about robbing. It's about being a good winner. It's about encouraging people to want to play with you again. It's about wanting to share this time. And I think that is, yeah, hopefully that explains how Jungle Speed and Go taught me empathy in a little bit of a way. How many more of these are there? There's that many more. So there's the, while I was drawing these, I was like, yeah, these are all rubbish. But it's like the next day for me, it's like while I'm drawing them, I don't like any of them. But the next day when I'm looking at them, I'm like, yeah, you know what, that's all right. And there it's like, oh, I did something so simple, that's so basic. But no, actually, because remember, that is going to be a little card. It's going to be about this size. So when it's a little thing, it doesn't need that much detail. And yeah, I'm actually quite happy with it, having looked through all of them. So that is the end of my WEE Whimsical Creatures. I have drawn 80 of them, and that is definitely a highlight. Let me do a wee bit of an unboxing. So I have 3 things that I want to unbox. So firstly, I've got the Lady and the Tiger, secondly, I've got Jabberwocky, both of which are by Jelly Bean Games. Both of them are game systems, and also I have got Pyramid Arcade. Now, as I design the L deck, I want to, see what other companies are doing. So maybe I'll start with the smaller ones and then work my way up to the biggest one. Unboxing the Lady and the Tiger. There we go. And this is a new section. And I think the only one of the creatures I have seen I didn't like was the one with the human face with legs. That was too creepy. I like that reaction because, frankly, if it's too creepy, then that means that at least there's an emotional reaction about it. What I don't want is someone to see the creature and go, who cares? And hello, Dutch. Thank you for popping in. I have just been showing off my creatures. Human face with legs. I'm trying to... Was that... But yeah, there are a few that I could see people saying, yeah, that's pretty creepy. But I would rather it be something that someone dislikes than someone that no one cares about. But yeah, shouts out to Dutch Yoda. I'm going to give a wee touch. Anyway, so what I'm going to say, J Fool's Guard, is that my plan is that 50 copies, fingers crossed, I'll be able to print them in time for UK Games Expo. And fingers crossed, I might sell out of 50 copies. If I don't, I'll give them to... I've got a local market has invited me to run some games and sell some stuff in September. I'm really excited about that. And also I started getting in touch with a local, someone who sells board games at markets in London. So I'll be able to sell them, for a different cost, maybe do some sale or return thing. But anyway, once I have sold out, I am going to do a Kickstarter for a second edition where I will be asking people, which ones do you like? And the ones that people like the least, then those ones will be removed and I will redraw at least 20 of them, something like that. So let's look at the lady and the tiger. Ooh. Nice linen finish box. Nice noise. Oh, I'm enjoying this noise. That is a quality graphic there. Lady and the tiger. Ooh. There was a young lady of Niger who smiled as she rode on a tiger. They returned from the ride with the lady inside and a smile on the face of the tiger. Ah, that's a nice wee poem. And it has a puzzle game for one player. So if I manage to do my work, I will definitely give that a go at some point. And it has a bunch of 2-player games. That's nice. 2 to 6 and 2 to 4. So basically every 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are playable with 2. That's, yeah, a solid thing. Oh, you've got little poems at the start of each thing. That's really cute. Oh, he was safe in his choice, for he knew that the lady was in number 2. When he burst through her door, he found out by the roar that tigers can be ladies too. And okay, so they've got like a different colored background beside each one. That's nice. I like this kind of contents page. It's got the components. Yeah, it just seems like a really nicely laid out instruction manual. The tiger escaped from the zoo, proposed to the Duchess of Q. To her great surprise, she got lost in his eyes and found herself saying, "I do." Wow. I don't know where all these... Oh, Peter C. Hayward's come up with some limericks. Nice work, Peter. This is fantastic. A tiger, while gnawing a bone, lets out a small sigh and a moan. If I could just meet a lady without eating her, maybe I wouldn't be all on my own. This is really fantastic. I love this. And Labyrinth. The queen of the underground maze soon learned of the 10 tiger strays. Find them, she cried. Bring them to my side, or I'll set the whole labyrinth ablaze. And I think that... Oh, there's one last one. Traps. Upon hearing the trapped lady's plea, the tiger did not set her free. He brought honey and bread, and once she was fed, 'twas his turn to dine sumptuously. Wow, that is very dark. These are... I really like the graphic design in this. Yeah, this makes sense. We've got beautiful... I would have suggested that maybe... I love this typography with traps and slightly decorative font for here and the decorative font for the headers and these call-outs. I love this little bit here. That's beautiful. I would have liked the title of the game on the sides, but no, this is a really nice instruction manual. Let's see what else is inside. Okay, we've got a bunch of stones. These look like the sort of stones that you get from garden centres or whatever. I'm sure that I've got about hundreds of these, very, very similar to this in my parents' place, where I bought them as a game components years ago, but I don't have... Oh, that's shiny. I don't know if you can see the reflection of the camera. Yeah, oh, and I've got some exclusive cards because I backed the Kickstarter. Oh my gosh, look at that gold foil. Oh my gosh, look, check that out. Check that out. Wow. Let's see, can I... What's going on with... So all of the things have doors and... Wow, gold foil embossed card. Blue tiger, nice. Red lady, kind of fierce. Oh, the red people are angry. That makes sense. The blue people are a bit more peaceful. And you could remove one blue lady clue card and replace it with the blue bearded lady, okay? Let's see what's in here. Oh, and there's a little advert for their other games, fair enough. But this art is, yep, for sure, this art is just super, super gorgeous. Ooh, hello Jess, yes, this is me, and thank you very much. This is not a game that I made, I've just been showing off all the art that I did past week, which you will have to rewind for, but now I am opening a few more boxes and we're just talking about whatever, and then I will say goodbye for my wee vlog. Oh, this is a hard... There we go. And just say you made it, no one will know, says Jess. I think some people will know. And so I'd rather see I made the games that I did actually make. Oh, interesting. So these cards, I guess these 6 cards are for playing traps. These are for... This looks like some sort of reference card. Okay, that's nice. Labyrinth, there's a couple of cards for reference cards. Very nice. Favor. Okay, 4 players. 4 reference cards. Oh, this is nice. Like reference cards for everything. And Horde. Again, a little reference card. And doors for each of the people. This is just gorgeous. You've got the ladies, all super peaceful. It's kind of... I think all this art is by Tanya Walker, but let me double check. Art by Tanya Walker and graphic design by Tanya Walker and game design by a bunch of different people, as you can see. So yeah, oh my gosh, look, it's not a tiger, it's a kitten tiger. And but oh, and I guess this is the black one. This is the... Oh, and now the red people are a bit more angry and vicious. Look, they've got all knives, and I really like how the yellow draws the eye here, and check out those vicious eyes. That's just beautiful. Oh my gosh, look at this beautiful dress. Oh. Yeah, Tanya Walker, I believe, used to work for Disney, but Tanya is so amazingly talented. Gorgeous stuff. I know Tanya's probably never going to watch this, but yeah. You know what, I might do a wee tweet to say, well done Tanya and Peter on a great job. Not played him, but I've already... The lyrics and the art has already brought a smile to my face. So that's a very good sign. I will let you know at some point in the vague future as I play the games what I think of them. But that is the lady and the tiger. Got to be aware of red people like me. Got to be wary of red people. Anyway, so what was the next one? Oh yeah, Jabberwocky. Let me get my banner. Unboxing Jabberwocky. There we go. Okay, so this is another game system. This, I believe, is the second game system published by Jelly Bean Games, which is Peter C. Hayward's company. Peter C. Hayward is an Australian person, I believe, living in America, and they have a very nice podcast, Fun Problems. And they talked about how... See, this is why you want thumb holes. No matter the size of your box, get some thumb holes. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it's finally open. This one, in case anyone cares, it's a very nice box, but it doesn't have the nice texture. Like this one has the linen finish texture. I mean, that's just, I am feeling it. I can feel the little. Don't know if the camera's. No, I don't think the camera is good enough, but you can sort of see just, it's like linen finish cards, basically. It just feels really nice, whereas this is a gloss finish. I'm all about the matte. So this is Jabberwocky. I guess they've got now a catalogue. That's their things. Let's put that to the side. Jabberwocky rulebook. Let's see what's going on here in the box. Which game? Cool. This is a nice thing. So if you've got 1 or 2 players, try Borogroves. If you've got 3 players, try Mimsy. If you've got 4 players, try Slivey. And again, this is a game system based around the old poem, and the games are Bandersnatch for 1 player, Borogroves 1 to 2 player, Brillig for 2 player, Gimbal 2 to 3 player, Geyer 2 to 3 player, Mimsy 2 to 3 player, Mome 2 to 4, Slivey 3 to 7. Okay, so yeah, there's a couple that you can play as 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that you can play as 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 3, 2 for 4, and if you're 5, 6, or 7, you've got the negotiation game. And they are designed by Joel Colombo, Carol Lange, Peter Hayward, John Fowler, Marek Tuppy, Joe Myron, Mark Bethel, Patrick Chapman. I'd be really interested to talk to Peter C. Hayward at some point. Maybe I'll invite them on to a show, like to talk about how they, because this is basically work for hire, right? I mean, I'm assuming that this was done. And did I just swear? I don't think I swore, Jess. Am I excited about the box? I mean, I was excited about the small box like this. I'm excited about these games. I'm excited about opening these. And thank you to Jess, who says, Kun Sui Mac Let's Chan Chop Kon Pom Naka, which apparently means you're very beautiful and I like your hair. Thank you. And I am going to do my Stream Elements jiggle and wriggle. Might even just get up quickly. Do a wee bit of a stretch that way, and before I sit back down. So yeah, Bandersnatch. This seems like a nice rule book. You've got your components at the start. That tells you everything. You've got good reference diagrams. That seems really clear. Oh, really nice pictures. And oh, these are really cute pictures. Okay, so you've got a cooperative thing, which is a score-based thing. Bidding game for 2 players. That's a really interesting idea. I really like the fact that they've done each game as a different color, because it helps you find the different ones. And I guess, although I think that what they did in the original with making them having the background here did slightly help, but no, I just loving this. And Jess says it is raining loads in Bangkok. Well, I hope that you've been having a decent evening. I guess it's what, like 7 p.m. Okay, so And you've got the old poem here. So the full poem. 'Twas brillig and the slivy toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogroves, and mome raffs outgrabe. Beware the jabberwock, my son, the jaws bite, the claws that catch. Beware the jub birds, and shun the frumious bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword in hand, long time the manxome foe he sought. So rested he by the tumtum tree, and stood a while in thought. And as in uffish thought he stood, the jabberwock with eyes of flame came whiffing through the tall G wood, and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through, the vorpal blade went snicker snack. He left it dead, and with its head he went galumphing back. And hast thou slain the jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy. O frabjous day, calloo calais, he chortled in his joy. 'Twas brullig and the slivy toves did gyre and gimble and wabe. All mimsy were the borogroves, and mome raffs outgrabe. And so yeah, there's the thing. Again, artwork all by Tanya Walker with some other people doing art direction. I don't understand why there's 3 people doing art direction. And yeah, what's going on there? But yeah, so I'd definitely be interested to chat to Peter about this. And this is the thing of, yeah, that's all of their games. I guess once you've got a certain number of games, it's worth your time making a little catalogue. Congratulations to Jellybean for getting to that point. You've got, oh, these are cute. Check these out. You've got these little tiles, and are all plastic, but are pink, yellow, and green, and which is an interesting color choice, but they're all kinds of flat on one side, and these are actually really nicely shaped. And I like the slightly odd color of them. And finally, what so we got the cards here. Where's the little tab? Jess is going to audition for the community theatre. Cool. Well, I hope that goes well for you, and I wish you all the best. Is anyone else into acting and poetry? I think it's interesting how games can be definitely a mixture of other things going on. So let's see, we've got Slivy, that's a bunch of reference cards, I guess. Why is, I think there's this, oh no, okay, there isn't a misprint, it's just that I picked up 2 cards at once. That's Slivy, that's Mome, Mimsy, Gyre, all the games being based off one of these words invented by Lewis Carroll. Really nice. Brullig, Borogroves, Bandersnatch, that's the 1-player game. And here's the actual cards. So you've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in purple, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in yellow. So I wonder how much the art matters. I will be really interested to see that. And also with Lady and Tiger, I will be really interested to see what games they have created. I mean, these are just fantastic bits of artwork. I mean, they've gone for the rotational symmetry that you quite often have with traditional playing cards, but then have a slightly different expression on each side. That's a really fun idea. So you've got the one with lots of eggs, flying pig type things, just very marginal differences. Looking, it's almost like a before and after. Having its tongue out. Oh, that's the thing in the teapot, sleeping and then coming out. Oh, is that's the caterpillar? And this is, oh, the walrus from The Walrus and the Carpenter, March Hare. Yep. Cheshire Cat's grinning. I love that bit. I don't know why just the purple 5 has this explosion, but that is really interesting. What's gone on with that paint splatter there? That looks like the Queen of Hearts. Oh no, that's not the Queen of Hearts. That's the Duchess with the little baby that turns into the pig. That's Tweedledum and Tweedledee. I don't know who this is. It seems like this must be the carpenter. Yes, this is the carpenter from The Walrus and the Carpenter because of the oysters. There's the Mad Hatter, and that's finally the Queen of Hearts. And don't know, I guess that's the Jabberwocky, maybe? I don't know what these creatures... Oh, maybe that's Alice, and maybe that's the White Rabbit. Lovely. So, and yeah, I agree with Jess. The game does look lovely, and games can bring nostalgia for sure, 100%. And so, yeah, all these pictures are just pulled out from the cards. Yeah, all number cards have 2 attributes, a number and a color. Yeah. 3 Jabberwocky cards. Oh, green, yellow, and purple. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to looking at them, but I have to finish my own games first. So I'm going to put that over onto the big pile over there. It's just out of shot. Finally, I am going to open up this big box and let me get rid of this unboxing Pyramid Arcade. Let's see what's in this one. So for those who don't know, Looney Labs was one of the oldest so let me go back about 500 years, which was when traditional playing cards were made. Traditional playing cards have been basically static for the past 500 years. 1 to 13, basically 1 through to 10, then Jack, Queen, King. So 13 ranks in 4 suits, plus maybe a joker or 2. That has been static for about 500 years. Now, in the past, we have had other things like tarot cards. People talk about French suited cards or the Bezique deck as if that's its own individual thing, but I don't consider it its own individual thing because it's fundamentally just, a subset of the standard playing cards deck. Now, along came Looney Labs, I believe, in the 80s, and they came out with the pyramids, and then they came out with Flux, which was, of course, Flux being a very chaotic... why did that not... There we go. Because Flux was a very chaotic game that they could brand and do different versions of, and that then made their company relatively successful. And so whilst they have managed to do wonderful things, they also really wanted to do stuff with these pyramids. What's going on with these pyramids? That is... So not too long ago, by which I mean within the past 5 years-ish, they came out with this box called Pyramid Arcade. Boom. Pyramid Arcade. Now, unlike the L deck or traditional playing cards where you only need a 1 deck of cards, in this, different games actually might require different boards. So you can see 22 games from another world, ages 8+, 1 to 3 hours. That's like, yeah, some of these are very long. 1 to 10 players. It depends on the game you pick. You can, yep, I think it's lovely as well. And thank you for your joyful nature, Jess. I do appreciate it. So that is kind of 70s style art, which is what Looney Labs is kind of about. Oh, there we go. There's the Pyramid Arcade manual for Oh, it's got a little fold already on the box. That's not fun. It's a wee bit disappointing. Pyramid Arcade by Andrew Looney. And then we've got, hey, hi there, my name is Andy Looney. Perhaps you think of me as the inventor of Flux, that crazy, chaotic card game where the rules change all the time. It's my biggest hit to date, and I've designed some other cool games too, but this set is easily my proudest creation. It's my magnus opus. And it's interesting that Andy Looney talks about this as the magnus opus, because I definitely keep saying the same thing about the L deck, because very much whilst UKGE is the thing that's making me money, whilst I'm really proud of Seize the Power and the fact that it, hopefully once it's released, going to make people think about socialism and social responsibility. But with the L deck, you know, that's his thing, like for me, the community. And so Andy Looney says, Pyramid Arcade is the culmination of more than 25 years of work. For half my life, I've been obsessing over these colorful little pieces, thinking up new games to play with them. Now we've put all my favorites and everything you need to play each one into this big box. So what kind of games are in this arcade? We've got everything from fast games to long games, luck games to strategy games. We've got simple dexterity games and brain-burning puzzle games, games for 2 and games for 10. I thought there was games for 1 as well. Many of the games in this collection are pure abstract, but half of those games will take you to other worlds. Get ready to become everything, from a microbe fighting for survival in a petri dish, to galactic overlord commanding an interstellar space fleet. You will build rockets, hack computers, send armies across epic battlefields, and fight as both insects on a flower petal and space marines teleporting between lunar outposts. For easiest reference, the games herein are presented in alphabetical order. The first section of this book contains high-level details like naming convention, tips on choosing a game, how to play multiple games simultaneously at the game, how to play multiple games simultaneously. Wow, that is how to play multiple games simultaneously. That sounds okay. Wow, this sounds incredible. At the end, you'll find a detailed history of the system, ideas for inventing your own pyramid game, and a list of other great games for the pyramids. Have a great time, and thanks for playing my games. So this is a 76-page thing. For the impatient, go to Ice Dice. 28. No, that's 2 to 3 players. That's a bad choice. What I want is somewhere where it tells me choosing a game. The full set of cards. Tell you all the things. Okay, so there's a lot going on with these arcades. Now, also, what's going on with these games? And so each spread seems to be a different game. Okay, so that's a game, and then it's got a little thing. So there's not a lot of text. It doesn't give you as many diagrams as there were on Jabberwocky. So this seems like it's going to, it feels like something that's already for the enfranchised people. The interesting about these, as you can see here, some of them need extra bits, and I love Jess's idea of running around together in a tropical beach. Let's do that. But for now, I'm just focusing on like these pretty boards that I'm seeing here and skimming through. And it's really interesting how they do all have themes like Pharaoh, and it feels like with a game systems are generally very generic by their nature of their pieces. You're not going to get a lot of cool illustrations. It's not like, okay, this is what you are playing now, and this is what you're playing now, totally different games. Oh, 22 more great games. We call any uninvented game glots. That's really cool. And they've got challenges. This is definitely one that I will be reading through thoroughly and taking inspiration from. How many one-player games are there? 1, 2, just 2 one-player games. Okay. And this is a nice thing. That's really pretty. Okay, so Looney Labs, got lunacy and all sorts of things. I actually prefer this catalogue to the other one because it seems a bit more. Ooh. Now I've got the one that's a little bit crisp, the one that's, I think, Martian Dice, and we've got the boards for games that need their own boards. And as I was saying, I think they were very free and open with saying, yeah, sure, if you need extra cards, if you need extra bits, that's totally fine. What are the pyramids? They've got 3 different sizes, so like little, medium, and large. In case you're not sure, you've got 3 dots on the big ones, 2 dots on the medium ones, and 1 dot on the little ones. There you go. This is what it's looked like. And that's very prettily arranged. Oh, you've got opaque white ones. Interesting. So with the opaque ones, you can't quite see what's going on inside. But with everything else, you can see perfectly. Okay, you can... Don't know if it shows clearly there, but you can see the difference between that and that, right? And yeah, lovely colors. Oh, wait a minute. There's no little white one there. Am I missing a little white one? Oh. Am I actually missing a little white one? This is disappointing. So there's orange one, all 3, yellow one, all 3, green one, all 3. Let me try and keep them. Yeah, it says 3 stacks of each color, except for this one where I'm missing one. This is, I might have to tell them that I'm missing 1 white one for some reason. Yep. Yep. That. Let's 3 in there. 3 in there. I mean, I'm assuming that this is a production mistake with just my copy. 3 of the clear, 3 of that red, 3 of that purple. Oh, there's an opaque black, 3 of that green. Yep. Yep, it looks like I might be missing 1 little pyramid. And yeah. Oh my gosh. This is a slight, teeny tiny marring on my excitement. But still, it does look good, and I am excited to get playing these. Maybe I'll play some of these with Layla, but yep, only 2 white ones, so there is no little white one. Here I need a tiny white one. If you're able to get me one, unless... Oh, here it is. It came out into the corner. Cool. It was there all along. It was just in this corner. It was in the corner of the box. Just when I was going to lift up the insert. Nope, nothing else. The insert has quite a bit of space. I would say possibly an excessive amount of space, like 1 finger bit. This seems to be a random sticker. I'm not sure if this is, or if that's the first player marker. These seem to be, okay, this is a one-time use bag, which is not ideal. I mean, it's always nicer if they have resealable bags, but let's see, you've got different boards for the different games, and launch pad. Oh, some sort of photo. Don't know what's going on there, but I will be interested to find out. I think that's the thing about a game system, that it is like a joy of discovery, and they've got a whole bunch of oh wow, check out all those dice. So you've got 3 normal d6, 6-sided dice. You've got 2 of these weird dice, which are arrow, bloop bloop, don't know what that semicircle is, lightning, amoeba thing, redo, and pyramids. Oh, and this is exactly the same. So you've got 3 of those. You've got this one, which seems to be some sort of pyramid selection. So you've got a small, a big, a medium, a small and medium, small and big, and medium and big. So it's a way of choosing 1 or 2 things randomly. This seems to be some sort of suit selection. Hearts and all sorts of things. I don't know why this one's in its own little bag. That seems a bit wasteful, but I don't know. Oh, firmly down with. That says wild, aim, hop, swap, tip, and dig. And I see it's coming up to the end of the hour. I was going to maybe open up one more thing, but I think I will leave that for another day. If I do actually get all my work finished, I will have a go at playing some of the solo games that have just opened up. But I do honestly expect me to just be working on drawing and streaming and walking around for mental health and not much else. And so, yeah, thank you, J. Fool's Guards and Jess, for sharing in my excitement at finally finding the little white one. And these cards are a bit hard to open for me, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to get my there we go. Got that little hole. I'm going to use the pen cap, not the pen itself, because I don't want to leave marks, but just to try and go underneath. Oh, this is where everyone gets to see how rubbish I am at opening things. Come on, open. Gosh darn it. Why will you not open? Open sesame. Open, please. Where should I? I'll hold it here. And J. Fool's Guard is talking about wanting to design something for this game system. So if you want to design something for game systems, let me actually do links just in case people are unaware. There is a design contest and an arts contest running until the end of the month, and I encourage everyone to enter both if you feel like you're interested in them. If you're interested in drawing things, then please enter the typography contest and draw 7 letters. And if you're interested in game design, then please enter the game design contest. And I do offer feedback and video playtests for everyone. And finally, open. There is a cash prize of like 100 quid for the top person, and there's consultation. Okay, so let's look at these. Oh, that is a very nice looking ace. Okay, so we've got all sorts of shapes. Oh, that's a nice jack and queen and king. Oh, that's a nice looking ace. Yeah, I like these aces. And they're kind of laid out more like dice rather than traditional cards. And there we go, we've got 5 suits. So it's a deck of cards with 5 suits, which I guess you could theoretically put together if you wanted, but... So a lot of the games here started off with people kind of making their own components on paper, or that would be maybe a deck of playing cards and then another deck of playing cards with dots on one of the suits. And because you can put these things together in your house. But yeah, now they've kind of puts it in a nice little package for you to play. And hello, Black Sheep. XX Black Sheep, thank you for joining. And hello, Tom Posh. It is lovely to see you. I am just okay, so this shows if you put things on top of, like, so if you put the medium and then the like going that way, so that's called a tree, whereas this is called a nest. And that's a nest when it's inside. And yes, Black Sheep, this is a game I've just been opening a bunch of things. I am really into game systems, partially because of my own L deck, and I do enjoy them. Even if I wasn't a game publisher, I would like to have this, and because I am, I can sort of justify it as research. And so that's pretty cool, being able to buy something like this and call it a legitimate tax expense. But yeah, and this is a wee thing of all the games. So you've got 2-player games, and I'm going to actually sort them into 2-player games. That's 2 players. That's, you need 3 players. You can play with 1 player. So pretty much all of them, in fact, all but 1, you can play with 2, and 2 of them you can play with 1. And how many can you play with 3? Just curious now. Because 3 is also a common number for me right now in this day and age where we don't normally have lots and lots and lots of different people. Okay, so that's all the games that can be played with 3. Whoops. Oh my gosh, and they've all got different icons on the back to represent, hey, this is an idea of what this game is all about, that maybe you will remember somehow based on the icon what this game is. It definitely feels like this with, that is the large number of games. This is something to, yeah, this feels like something to really take your time to explore. Really looking forward to that. I would say that this is a really, really minor gripe, but I am slightly disappointed that when it got to me, there's a little bit of a crease, but hey-ho, that was Pyramid Arcade. That is... oh, box fart. That is something that I am definitely looking forward to checking out more of. And should I finish up, or should I do one last unboxing? Let me know what you think. And yep, I 100% agree. So the last thing that I've got, which I haven't opened at all, is this box set of Looney Pyramids. What they've done with their latest Kickstarter is a completely different direction, because here they were like 22 games all in one box. That's what we're going to do. Oh, I almost forgot. This fancy looking coin, this should be in there. I don't know if you can see that well enough. It says it's my turn token, loonylabs.com. There we go. It's my turn. And it's got some weird symbolism there. Yeah, that is a really loud box. Yep. I like that phrase, box burp. That's a little bit more polite. So, this is something that was somewhat designed for retail. So, it can look like that, Looney Pyramid, and you get different games, and people can buy different games. And this is a way for them to try and sell more copies in shops, because people in shops don't... Having so many different games can be really overwhelming. And I think that's the thing, that this is the same reason that I am not going to put in multiple instruction manuals into future copies of the LDEC, because people open up one and then they want to know what game to play. They want to be like, okay, this is the game that I'm playing. They don't want to... Yeah. Nommets. So all of these, and there you go with a little thing, and you get the pyramids that you need. You get instruction to Looney Pyramids. Boom. Naming conventions. Tells you about Pyramid Arcade, Nomads, which I've got, Ice Dio, Martian Chess, and Homeworld, and then so I've got all the things to do with the pyramids right now. I think technically some of these might not be required, like Nomads. It's so in terms of me having this, there's not actually much point, but I just find it from a professional point of view really interesting how they've said, yeah, people don't want to buy a whole thing. They want to buy a cheaper set of pyramids and like have one little box or thing in it that lets them get more things. The downside of the Looney Pyramids is that you're never quite sure how many pyramids people have, because they used to sell them in different ways. And J. Guard says, yeah, I get a bit scared away from game systems because of that. Here, Martian Chess, there's opaque red, which is a color that wasn't in the thing, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little nests. And then you've got a new board there. And hello, Salty Horse, it is lovely to have you. And yep, you are 100% right that some of these are in Pyramid Arcade anyway. And I honestly bought this partially for my own curiosity and education and trying to understand what they are doing with it, given that I've got the LDEC and everything going on. But yeah, lovely to see you, Salty Horse. So there's 2 of the games. I do also like the fact that here they are little boxes. I mean, they're still like almost twice as big as one of them, but still, that's oof. Ice Dice and Twin Win. I think looking at the back of the box, when you see this in a shop, it will be interesting to see how people respond, because it says, boom, a mind-bending chess-style monochrome pyramid game. Nomads. A 2 to 10 minutes pyramid game for 2 to 10 players. That's a really nice thing, and it's... You can't explain the game on the back of the box if you've got so many to explain. You need to, yeah, make sure that, okay, so that's those dice and are for this, I guess. Twin Win is what those are for. And again, this was in the arcade. So all of them come with this little bit sheet that says this is what the pyramids are all about, which is quite nice. And all of them come with this sheet in exactly the same format, which says this is how you play. It definitely feels like it's a bit more approachable. I'd be curious to know what kind of RRP they've managed to kind of sort out for these. Finally, we've got Homeworlds, the L deck. So where's my card? Because I actually put this in a different box. I will. Oh, there's another deck of cards. So this is the first edition. The first edition is in a tuck box. The second edition came in a much nicer box. This is something that I printed. And first edition looked a little bit like this. You've got 48 cards, and so each card has 2 letters on it, one of 6 different borders, and a number that shows the frequency. And yeah, that is the L deck. My idea was always that you'd only need the L deck and nothing else to play the games. Last year, one of the games that won, you need pencil and paper, but I've started feeling like pencil and paper isn't that much, but I don't want people to have to start not knowing how much of it or needing extra things. I'm really proud of it because it's quite cheap. I mean, even this one, I was selling it for $17.50, but there is a ridiculous amount of paper in here. So there's like a sheet of paper that is, this is what the cards are. There's a sheet that say, here's one of the game's phrasal, and here's what the deck is all about, and that's what you're getting. This is one of the games, here it is. Here's another of the games, here it is. Here's another of the games, couple, a 2-player words game, cooperative. Here's another game, Wibble, which is the first game that came out, which is a speedy word game. And here is Grabble, which is all about just grabbing things. And there's a new game for the deck every 1st of August that's a kind of take time to develop and put together. And I've got a competition. Sorry for reposting this, but for the people who just popped in, look at the, well, hopefully twitter.com/LDeck might be a really good one to follow if you're not already following the LDeck on Twitter, and that has a game that you can play like 3 times a week. There's a little game and it says, hey, can you think of a word that matches these criteria? And so that gives you a taste of some of the games that kind of come out with it. Anyway, that is a game system that I made myself, and it came about similar to this one, where I think Andy Looney also thought of one game that used the pyramids, and then went to make a whole bunch more games because Andy realized that more games could be played. I was in a similar state where the first edition, it has 5 games on the box. So like those are the 5 games for the first edition, and those are the 6 games for the second edition, if you see that. But now there's like just a ridiculous amount. Anyway, so let's go back to Homeworlds. That is some beautiful art on it. There's blue, green, red, yellow, blue, green, red, yellow. I guess 12 of each. Yep, 9 of each. Oh, first turn token, okay. Interesting. So this one's a bit more colorful. The other one has a metal one. And okay, so that's what's going on. I don't know what this game is all about. Oh, interesting. And this game feels like it has a different instruction manual format. So clearly this is more of an in-depth game, I guess, because they couldn't fit it all in the few pages that they normally do. Okay, so yeah, Homeworld. That is really interesting. I am obviously going to focus on UK Games Expo and my own preparations for the next few weeks, but I will no doubt be telling you about the games that, as I play them, as I play some from here. What else did I open up? I opened up Lady and the Tiger and Jabberwocky. And you're very welcome, Black Sheep. Let me so a quick reminder before I finish up that I have a game design contest, and check out my game design contest if you like the idea of word games. If you want I am going to say that if you send me an email and say, hey, I would like to make a game for the LDEC, but I don't have the budget to get one or to buy a thing. Right now, you can buy a please forgive me, typeface Comic Sans version of the LDEC for 50p. I'm going to keep it at 50p until things are normal based on the pandemic. So check that out if you want to get it, and 50p is an actual issue for you. If that's the difference between you getting it and not getting it, then send me an email. Where is my email? My email is stuffbybez@gmail.com. So stuffbybez@gmail.com. Just email me. There's a typography contest. All you need to do for that is write THELDC and K. And if it's pretty, then you will win stuff if it's the prettiest. For the typography competition, obviously, think about the legibility, give it some theme and visual appeal. That is at Arts Contest. I am going to now try and write out the rules to the Wee Whimsical Creatures and their strange noises. I'm going to try and hopefully get Categorical done over the next wee bit. If you want to check me out, please check me out in all the places. And just to can print and play version. Yes, exactly. So it is a print and play version. Email me if you need it, and I will send it back to you within the day. Can the letters have colors? In my deck, the letters, there's a top letter, there's a bottom letter. Every game for the LDEC should be playable with any LDEC. That's what I would like. And yeah, if you go to stuffbybez.bigcartel.com, I don't think I actually have that in there, but stuffbybez.bigcartel.com is where you can buy my stuff. And honestly, if you are just like, oh, I want to get this, but I'm not, just email me and that's fine. Let's do a bit of a very quick recap before I finish. So, strange animals. There were lots of strange animals. Wee Whimsical Creatures. There were all these Wee Whimsical Creatures that I've drawn, and that's all the stuff that I've drawn over the past week, and hopefully people will like them. And that is more of my Wee Whimsical Creatures, and hopefully people will like them. And if it sells out, then I'll do another version. Jabberwocky seems really pretty. Lady and the Tiger. This is my most favourite out of everything I've opened. It's just such a lovely small box and really pretty. It's just wonderful. I'm really interested by these small ones. I can see the value in them for someone who's new to the system and isn't wanting to go for the Pyramid Arcade just yet, or indeed if you just want to take it around with you. And Pyramid Arcade, obviously, this big thing. And that is me. Thank you very much, everyone. And if you have anything that you would like to shout out about, please let me know. Otherwise, I am just going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for, being a lovely audience. I hope that you have a wonderful afternoon, a wonderful day. I will be back in 2.5 hours. I'll be playing Abandon All Artichokes with Sarah Sales, I want to say, from Big Girl Games. And in 2.5 hours, I will be chatting to Sarah Sales and we will be playing that. And if you want to join us on Board Game Arena, you totally can. Lots of love. Bye-bye. And firstly, let me double check if there's anyone we can raid. If anyone has any suggestions, then let me know. Oh, Erin Shea is live. Is there any board game people? Dan is live. Crystal Cat is live. None of the board gaming people are live. That's okay. I've raided Erin Shea very recently, so let me maybe raid Joey Collins, a musician from UK. So for now, not much left to say. Feel free to copy paste the raid message to help us make a splash. And the last thing I always say is bye bye, bye bye. This is the goodbye song. Bye bye, bye bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye bye, bye bye. This is the end of the show. Bye bye, bye bye. And now it's time to go. Bye bye, bye bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye bye, bye bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye bye, bye bye. This is the end of the show. Bye bye, bye bye. And now it's time to go. Bye bye, Jay Foolsguard. Bye bye, Black Sheep. Bye bye, Jess. Bye bye, Salty Horse. Bye bye, anyone else watching. Lots of love. Bye, Tom. Bye bye. 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 That's it.